Hey guys, just here to update you on not much. Right now I guess we're kind of in just the routine of student life. It's not bad. It's not always exciting either, but it's good. Things are good. Classes are going pretty well. Uh, Learning stuff here and there. Yeah, it's good. Um, Friendships are building. I feel like they're finally getting to a point where um, they're actually turning into friendships rather than just oh hey I see you every day. But some of them are actually starting to take shape and to really have some form to them. Um, so that's really cool, and it's good. It's good to have those. It is. Um, what else can I tell you? I am speaking this coming Sunday. Um, so if you thought that you missed it, you didn't. It's this coming Sunday, and it is at. Um, the service starts 10:30 our time, but that is. Whew, it's 10. It may only be 5:30 your time if I have the time change right, because I don't think we sprung forward. I think we stayed the same. Um, I'll have to look into that and maybe post a video later about that. But if I'm correct, it's actually an hour closer, so maybe we're only 5 hours behind now. Or y'all are only, but I don't know. Sorry. I'll look into that later. Um, well, hold on. Let me see if I can check that real quick. Go her. Click on this. If it pulls up, maybe. There we go. Alright. If I brought her. Gotcha. There we go, Atlanta, Georgia. Alright. Let's see. So right now, back home. Golly, it's 6:15 back home. And right now it's like 11. So yeah, that's only 5 hours behind now. If I am correct. Put this back. Yeah, it's 11:16. It's 5:16. No, 6:15. So it's only 5 hours behind now. So if we start at 10:30 for the service, it'll be 5:30 for you guys back home. So not too bad actually. Yeah, kind of bad, but not too bad. Yeah. Follow the link at the bottom of the page. That'll go to the church's website, and there's a tab that says live. You can click on that to watch me. And I'm sorry about the glare. It's like really bright out here, but I thought I would get like a different shot. There's part of the school, that big window or windows that you see there. That's the top part is the chapel. The lower part is part of the student center. There you go. And then back under, sorry, you have up at the top. Those are part of the student housing. And then down at the bottom, you can kind of see a window that is part of the cafeteria. And off to right there, that's like a shed slash garage. And there's more to it, but I'm not going to walk around and show you everything right now. But yeah, so as part of the school, it's outside. It's actually really nice today. What's the degrees? Let me check that for you. Oh, well, I'm outside, so I don't have internet. But I'm outside with just a shirt. Obviously I have jeans on, but And with the sun out, it's really nice, but you can see that there's still some snow. But a lot of it is like melting, as you can see behind me. But I also heard that it's supposed to snow again. So we'll see. It's just like a colder Georgia here. The weather's bipolar sometimes. So yeah. Um that's pretty much it. But my main reason for videoing is we had a birthday party for one of the girls at the school last night. Sophia, she's a great girl, really good heart. And it was a pretty fun party. I mean, it was led by girls, so it was it was fun. We'll leave it at that. um, but no, it was good. But one of the games we played, like when they were explaining like how to play it, and like the idea of the game, it sparked something inside of me, and I walked away because I had to write down what was going on in my mind, and the idea of the game was we sent Sophie out, and it was kind of it was more of like a mental kind of practical joke kind of game type thing, but we had sent Sophie out, and we were in a circle, and the object of the game was really didn't even make sense as an object because there was no object except to confuse her, or objective except to confuse her. But what you did was you were pretending that you were going to guess the other person's their hobby, the person that you sent outside of the room, which would be Sophie. We were going to guess like what her favorite hobby was, but we came up with our own hobby for her, that in our minds that was the hobby that she did. And then when she came in, we were going to base all of our questions that we asked her trying to figure out her hobby on the hobby that we had already put inside of ourselves as being hers. So for instance, if someone is a scientist that works in labs, but or maybe that's a profession, not necessarily a hobby. All right, let's say someone golfs as a hobby. Well, okay, that's a lot of people have that hobby, but then you give that person the hobby of playing croquet, or something like that, or hockey, or just something that is not the same. You would ask the other person questions based off of croquet, trying to figure out their hobby, which in this illustration is golf. And so you'd ask, do you use a wooden mallet, or do is it outside or indoors? You don't want to give it away that you're asking ridiculous questions that have nothing to do with what their real hobby is. And it struck me as like, and I don't know if anybody else thought about this, or if they've already thought, I don't know. But for me, it was just like, wow, this is like a game about Christians. God has his will and his purpose, and he's already planned it. But we invite him into the room with the knowledge that we want our own idea of what his will and purpose is. So instead of asking, hey, what's your will and your purpose? Too often we go in this circle or roundabout way of asking him questions based on our idea of who he should be, our idea of how he should be working in our lives, and we try and figure out who God is based on our own ideas of who he is. Now, I understand you have to start somewhere, but if you already have in your own mind about who God is, you can't really learn about Him. You may stumble upon it by chance over a period of time, but if you really want to get to know God, ask Him, seek Him, surrender your own ideas of who you think God should be or who you think God is, and let God be God. Learn from Him about who He is, about how He acts. How do you do this? You read the Bible. Straight up, not with any agenda. Put all the agendas aside when you're reading the Bible. Now, I understand, if you're looking for a certain topic, you're going to look for that thing. But just in general, put aside your agenda of, oh, I'm going to prove this or I'm going to prove that, and let God be God and let Him speak to you through the Word. This can be observed through prayer. I mean, how? From your sincerity and when you are genuine in your prayer, how does God answer you? You know, honestly, you can learn a lot about God from observing people. How do people who are genuine, who are straightforward and have great hearts, how do they treat other people? How are they concerned with the well-being of people? I mean, just open your mind, let go of your preconceived and misconceived ideas of who God is. And I'm speaking to myself. That's one of the reasons why it hit me so hard about this game, and how too often we treat God like this. God, I want to get to know you. But hey, I have this idea of you, so let me ask you questions about my idea rather than truly finding out who you are. Just food for thought. Like I said, part of this is for me, but I was just so cool and just such like, whoa, that I wanted to share it. So anyways, I will let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
And through everything we've learned, we finally come to terms. We are the